Hey, what's up, guys? Another video with Brandon B. Now, this video is inspired by a conversation I had with my girl one day. We're having this conversation just talking about new information. And anytime you get new information, you should, at least, especially if it's correct, of course. You get new information, you should change your opinion if the new information is valid. And so I think with the world that you can see, you can look around and you can see how the world is going right now. You can easily see, that there are people coming into political situations with preconceived notions and preconceived ideas. And regardless of the new facts that may come out, I think people are going to stay the same. And we see this in sports, we see this in politics, we see this on, uh, social issues, and but I think that's a big thing that I think it's pretty lost. And I can recall with myself in terms of certain viewpoints of how I viewed life at 18. I'm 28 now, but at 18, I was pretty confident that my viewpoint would stay the same because I thought it was a viewpoint that was grounded in reality in the sense that this thing would stay the same, that it would never change regardless of what I do. And I was wrong. My viewpoint has changed greatly. For example, my viewpoint on even family. I'm more of a family person now than I was at 18. I didn't really have this concept of family outside of, my household, my mom, my dad. But now stepping into a new situation, yeah, now family is something that I value and I cherish a lot more. Uh, and that's just, that now obviously that comes with situation to situation, but that's also new information. I started looking up different statistics. I started studying and figuring out, oh, so two-parent households, they statistically perform better than those who come from single-parent households. And I started looking up that. Now that, at that point, that started to become part of an anchor for me in terms of making sure that I was going to be a part of that situation, making sure I was going to making sure I was going to be in that, uh, give my son, give my daughter, whoever, that type of um, opportunity, the same opportunity that I had. Because I look around and I see uh, my peers, from my high school days, and I see what they've done. I see what happened to them, and a lot of them, many of them didn't have a dad, wasn't fortunate enough to have a dad like me. And maybe I didn't value that enough when I was coming up. But it's a very important thing. It's a very important thing, especially for young black males, to have another male in the household. And that was something that for me, I think maybe I took for granted. But obviously, as I got older, I started to fully respect it and fully understand it. Like I said, the stats will back up what I'm saying in terms of you need that two-parent action. And once again, like I said, that was something that new information provided. I started to change my viewpoint in terms of this is now a principle. This is something that needs to be done. This is something that I have to do. And and that's just, like I said, that's just one area. But in terms of if you see a guy this could be something as small as basketball. You may have a preconceived notion, and we in the sports circles we call these guys busts. But you may have a prediction of how great a certain player will be, and he doesn't live up to the expectation, and like oftentimes they call a guy like that a bust. But really, what we're saying is that new information comes, and he's not as good as we thought, and that's the nicer way of putting it, obviously. And like I said, you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. If you're gonna have a strong opinion on something, make sure you're studying it. If you're not gonna study it, for me, I put it this way: for me, I really can't tell you guys how to think. I could just tell you what I think about things. Um, but if I don't really understand it too well, I'm not gonna have a strong opinion about it. I may have as they say, like a shot in the dark type of a thing, type of an opinion where I'm just guessing all over the place. But I'm not gonna have a super strong opinion, maybe to the point where I may never even say my opinion on it because I haven't done the research on it. If I've done the research on it, then I'm gonna try to do my best. Um, and as always, you gotta make sure, as always, you gotta make sure you're hearing other people out. It doesn't mean you gotta even like everything that they do, even respect what they have to say, but just respect the fact that they have the right to say it. And so that's very important. But as always, appreciate every review I get. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button also for me. Hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe.